Good morning, welcome to another video. It's quite early on a Tuesday morning. This week I thought I would do, leading into the triathlon, I wanted to film like a week's worth of training. So I'm in the third week of my 3-week block, ahead of a 1-week deload before the actual event itself. So I thought to myself what I would do is film a week of training, show you what that looks like, and kind of what preparations I'm doing for the actual race itself. My training week typically starts on a Monday. There's nothing really special about a Monday. It's just a 40-minute spin on the bike, just a recovery ride. What I have been doing, as you've seen probably in the last videos, is that on a Monday through the recovery ride where there isn't any kind of structure or set power output or anything like that, I take the race bike, which is what I'm riding now, and riding it outdoors just to get a little bit more confident with handling it. So nice and easy kind of spin on a Monday. And then on a Tuesday, we've got an indoor bike session. About an hour and 15 minutes. Today just happens to be short under-overs, so 1-minute sets. I'll actually fling you onto Zwift now, so you can kind of see what I'm looking at there. So again, I've got about an hour and 10 minutes left. You can see that I'm just kind of doing the warm-up set now, heading into 3 minutes of 170, 3 minutes of 225 watts. And then you can kind of see all the 1-minute sets just on the left side there. But yeah, today's session on the bike, an hour and 15 minutes. What I tend to do as well is my partner Jess starts work at 8 o'clock in the mornings. So as soon as I drop her off and come back, you tend to find me on the bike trying to get the session done nice and early really. So here we are, setting up into that 3-minute set at 170. Right, session started. And we'll talk about the breakdown of this session, but also the structure of the week ahead. Right, catch you in a second. As you could probably guess, we're kind of 25 minutes, so well over halfway, but in the middle of a rest period at the moment. This workout, I said it was kind of like short under-overs, so it's 1-minute sets. And they're split into 8 1-minute sets. And it's quite good because it starts around, I want to say 90% of your max 20-minute effort. And it builds by 10 watts up until you get to about 95, 99%. And then it comes back down again, and then builds, and then it comes down. Hence the under-overs. Every 8 minutes is then split apart with a 4.5-minute rest. I've got 2 8-minute sets left. I think the thing I hate the most about indoor cycling is when the workout reads easy. And that goes for anything, even kind of throwing it back to my CrossFit days. When a workout reads easy, be warned, because it's going to be a bit difficult. I thought looking at this today, it didn't read easy, but I thought I could manage it, and so far it's going well. But yeah, the legs are a bit toasty after a heavy weekend of training. Right, I'll catch you after these couple of sets. Last 8-minute set, and then a 2.5-minute cool down. It's gone well so far, so managed it all right, but yeah, the legs feel nice and toasty, so it'll be interesting for tomorrow's run session. Good morning. Right, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. So Wednesday is my running day. Typically, I would be doing this quite early in the morning. However, I've got a couple of early meetings with work, so that's not something I'll be able to do. 6 1.5 kilometer repeats at sub-threshold, so I think I'm sticking to that. Yeah, just under a 7:30 pace. So I'll probably do, because it's around that 9-mile mark, I will probably do kind of my 10-mile loop. Cool. All right. Run coming up. So I'm very aware I need a haircut, but anyway, we persist. It's gone way beyond lunchtime. I think I got to about lunchtime and I decided that I'm going to leave it till 3 o'clock because my diary frees up a little bit after 3 o'clock, and then my 2 o'clock meeting just went way too late. So it's now 20 to 5 and I still haven't done this run, and this run's supposed to be like an hour and a half long. Which is making me think that I don't want to do this. So I still need to train today. But tomorrow I have a 1-hour cycle session. I might just do the run tomorrow morning, which is a mix-up to the schedule. So typically Wednesday would be the run, and then Thursday would be another indoor ride. But just to save time as well as stay in the house for this afternoon, evening, I'll probably do the indoor trainer, the bike session. Next you'll see me will be on the bike. Okay, we're on the bike. Halfway through the session. It's a pretty tough one. Today's split up into
2 18-minute sets. Each 18-minute set is split into 6 3-minute sets. One at around 80%, one at around 90%, and then one at around 110% effort of my 20-minute max. So it's 2 of those 18-minute sets, split with a 10-minute rest in the middle and then a cool down, 10-minute warm-up as well. So that's Thursday's session, done on a Wednesday. But yeah, this is kind of the structure of it. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with, these sets. And yeah, so that's today's 1 hour, 1 hour and 5. Ooh, right, get on with this and we'll catch up afterwards. Do you ever get the feeling that you really don't want to do something? It's Thursday morning and it's kind of when I've rescheduled the run for, and with that switching you to the GoPro as soon as I kind of get changed. So today's run is the warm-up that I always kind of do, except I think there's some strides, so like a minute fast, 2 minutes slow, just to kind of warm yourself up a bit. After that, I'm into the 1.5 kilometer repeat. Yeah, that's the session for this morning. All that's left for me to do is get changed and kind of go out and do it. Right, I'm gonna switch you guys over to the GoPro. All right, ready to go on this run. I cannot stress how demotivated I feel. I think that's one of the difficult things with trying to train first thing in the morning before work as well, especially when you're working from home, is just actually getting up and getting out and doing it. Well, that's kind of the challenge I find anyway. Typically as well, when it's a speed session in midweek, I don't tend to mind that much because they take about an hour, but in the lead up to the race, I think we're doing a lot more volume to kind of get ready, even though it's only a sprint. So it's actually 6 sets of the 1.5K as opposed to like the kind of 3 or 4 that I've been doing. So it's gonna take about an hour and 20 minutes, 9 miles. So I'm gonna do my long loop around here, but yeah. Anyways, pop the shoes on, get out and get going. Demotivation is still high, but I'm out now. I'm just trying to get it done for the sake of the feeling afterwards. So, 11-minute warm-up done. I won't lie, I'm kind of struggling through this. This is the 3rd week of the block, so final week before a deload week, before I go into the race. So training's been quite high intensity for a while now. Oh, struggling. First set done. Didn't feel as bad as I thought it was going to feel. I want to say around 25-30 minutes into this now, and 2 more sets I'd be at halfway. I think the thing is for me with training, sometimes when I feel the way I feel at the moment, especially when it's like I'm demotivated and I don't want to leave, I always think to myself, if I don't do it, I'm going to get into a situation yesterday where I kept putting it off, and then I had to change the plan, and then I was kind of annoyed with myself because I had the opportunity to do it, but you know, a lot of stuff just got in the way. At the same time, I do feel positive in that, you know, at the end of a session, especially when it's been a struggle like this, you do feel motivated that you have completed it as close as possible. So far I'm sticking to the paces, I'm sticking to the ranges, so that's all good. Halfway, 3 sets done. Pace has been fine throughout, but oh man, I'm tired. Cannot wait to get back. Only 3 to go and then a cool down. Let's do this. I was begging for that rest. 5 sets done, 1 to go. The pace has stayed consistent throughout, so I'm really happy about that. Right, catch you on the opposite end. Set's done, everything's complete. All right, so I'll get back home now and we will catch up on the main camera. And back. Right, so showered and starting work basically. Right, so that session was That session was a roller coaster of emotions. Give me one sec. Yeah, I mean, I started out at like 8-ish, building up the energy to try and go for that run, and it just never happened. I've never felt that unbelievably demotivated to start a session. But yeah, I think it kind of gets around, it gets to around week 3 of a block like that, where, especially when the volume of the training is kind of going higher a little bit, where I just feel like I'm seriously ready for a deload week, and I'm at that point now. The good news is that tomorrow is a rest day. I'll catch you guys on Saturday for a brick session on the Saturday, and then Sunday is long run Sundays. Right, so catch you then. Saturday, long ride Saturday coming up, and a brick session, bike at the ready, and GoPro too. So switch you over to the GoPro and we'll be out in a sec. Welcome to the ride. Truth be told, I've really been enjoying training in this block, especially the long rides. I've been doing it as a simple out and back around North Wales. There's a really steep hill around here as well. It's around 100 meters an incline. The structure of the session is a 30-minute warm-up and a 30-minute cool-down at the very end. An hour of tempo, pushing out around 80%. And then in the middle, I've been doing hill repeats up that really steep hill, which I want to say is a good 6 to 10%. I think around 10%. I mean, it's quite steep, and it's really easy to put power out when you're climbing it. The majority of this ride is just merely straight roads. I filmed it before, so what I'll do is I'll catch you guys when we start doing some repeats up the hill. So the hill is that way. I've done the first 30 minutes, not actually an hour, it's 45 minutes of a tempo out and back, and then a few sets up the hill. So that's coming up now, and yeah, some decent views. Finishing off set 3. Oh, legs are shifting. And we turn around. Last one now. And I am ready for it to be the last one. My legs are toasty. And now also for the last descent. On the other side. So I sacked off the brick run. Now, only because I've got 10.5 miles tomorrow, and my on the bike nutrition today was atrocious. So I got back and I genuinely felt hollow. So no brick run, but no big deal, because there is a brick session next week before the actual triathlon itself. Right, tomorrow, long run Sunday. The weather in the last 24 hours has gone from something really sunny to quite chilly, miserable and rainy, which is really good running weather, I'll give you that, but it doesn't help with the motivation. Right, let's just switch to the GoPro and just make a move immediately, or else I'm just never gonna go. Can't tell. The weather's taken a turn for the worst. Warm-up is done. The workout is 25 minutes at a relatively easy pace, like something that's controllable for me, just under 9-minute mile. 20 minutes at about 8.5, and then 25 minutes at around 7.5. So building up speed throughout the actual session itself. What I will say with a lot of confidence, what you wear for your running sessions is actually one of the most important parts of a running session. Not that it outweighs shoes or anything else, or your nutrition, but honestly, if you go too hot and you overheat and you start sweating, or if you go too minimal and get really, really cold. I'd rather be cold than too hot. But yeah, session getting on. Catch up in a sec. Right, the weather is horrendous. Session is going okay, but I need to focus on it. So putting the camera away until I get back in. I wish I could say, oh wow, that's made it worse. It's really wet, and I appreciate that you probably can't see me very well. I'd like to say that this is sweat, but it's not. What an absolutely horrific Sunday. The last thing you need when you don't feel motivated to train is horrendous weather. Anyway, session's done. That last 25 minutes, which was supposed to be at 7.5 minute pace, dropped way down, but actually I found that I was building back up and running a lot faster just so I could get home sooner. I mean, in the last 25 minutes I actually pulled off a 25-minute 5k, so I'm happy with that pacing, but I'm ready to get in. So that's Long Run Sunday. I'll catch up when I'm inside.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it, let it take you away, and be hopeful, hopeful.